people in Kepung for 31 years. So ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tan Seng Giaw is here for you. So let's put our hands up to welcome Dr. Tan.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not so fantastic, just an ordinary person. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to see all of you. Despite all the sloshy field, you are there. And I hope on the 5th of May, you will come with Pakatan Rakyat, with DAP, with PKR, with PAS. Let us pull down the UMNO BL government and replace with PR government. Now, I just heard Haris Ibrahim just now. He said if we were to be elected and represent the federal government, he would begin his work with us. Well, that's fine, that's fine. But let's look at our manifesto. Our manifesto. You know, I'm not sure all of you have got our manifesto, PR manifesto. Let's distribute them because it is necessary for every resident in TDDI, and it is necessary for all the voters. There are 13 million voters in this country to understand what are the policies of the Pakatan Rakyat compared with those of Barisan Nasional. It is very important. It is very important. For instance, yes, we want to get rid of the toll. That is quite true. That is in our manifesto. We want free education from primary, secondary to tertiary universities. All free education. That is true. We want to lower the price of the electricity. We want to lower the price of petrol. Those are all true. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we get into Parliament, 120, he says 135, I hope so, I hope so. To get 120 is difficult. There are 222 seats in Parliament. To get 120 is difficult because it's 111, it's half-half. We need a simple majority to get to Putrajaya. But if we can get 120 all over the country, we will be lucky. And that's the first time that we can say goodbye to Barisan Nasional. The Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Najib, and his deputy, Tan Sri Mohideen, says, there's no need to change. Because Najib has got this One Malaysia, and he has all the transformation programs. That's more than enough. And Tan Sri Mohideen said, we are not poor, we are not beggars. Why we want to change the government? That's what he says. Ladies and gentlemen, now I see a lot of trees here. Lots of trees. Now that trees may be eaten up by white ants. All the woods are virtually gone. What is left is the skin and the leaves. What do you do with a tree like that?
Chop it down.
You chop it down, replace with a PR tree. That's what you would do. That's what you would do. Now, the Barisan Nasional leaders, Najib and Mohideen says, yes, you can replace them, but they will all be the same. PR government, after 2 or 3 years of clean government, then their leaders will start to see all the money and all that. We are not too certain. Some of them may not turn turtle. They all become corrupted, just like Barisan Nasional. No, no such thing. No such thing. Why is there no such thing? It's true, none of us are so perfect. It is true, some may not be so good. It's up to you to vote in better ones. The voters must vote in people of standard, must vote in people of quality. But even then, we cannot be 100% certain. So what can we do? We must amend the law. What sort of law do we amend? These anti-corruption laws, and we have to amend. After we amended this law, now what would we do? If Pakatan Rakyat leaders, PR leaders, ministers, or state exco are involved in corruption and proven guilty by the court of law, the first thing we have to do is to confiscate his or her properties. That would be the right thing to do. And all Malaysians, all of you here must watch out which leaders are misbehaving. And that's the time you make sure that he or she is caught and convicted. That's the only way. Now, can we change everything? It's not all possible. It's not all possible. Why? For instance, in this country, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC. Now, MACC, the Chief Commissioner, is below the Chief Secretary, the rank, the status. Now, it's below the Chief Secretary. So if the Chief Secretary doesn't like him, he can sack him. He can sack him. And it is in the Prime Minister Department. We have always advocated that this cannot. It cannot be. The MACC must be truly independent. It must be a service commission. For MACC to be a service commission, we need 2/3 majority in Parliament to amend the Constitution. Now, we can't have 2/3. If we can 120, it's already very good. It's already very good. Now, to get 2/3, you need 148. 148. Now, if you get 120, you can't amend the Constitution. That means that you cannot make MACC a service commission, which is responsible only to Parliament and nobody else. So we cannot do everything, but we can do one thing though. Several things we can do without touching the Constitution. So to amend the laws. For instance, which I often quoted everywhere, and this also MACC itself has quoted, the Chief Minister of Sarawak. The Chief Minister of Sarawak. Now, all of you who have been to Sarawak and fly over Sarawak, is a sea of green. It's still one state with the most forests in this country. But those forests does not belong to the people, does not belong to the government anymore. They have been parceled out to consortia. Now, when the Chief Minister parceled it out, he left the chair. He left. The MACC found that when the licenses, when the land is given to these chief ministers, relatives or friends or cronies, he was not in the chair. So the law at present says that if he is not in the chair, you can't charge him in court. So if he were to be in Singapore or in Hong Kong, he would have been languishing in jail long time ago. Long time ago. So if the Pakatan Rakyat becomes government as a federal government, we can do one thing. We can amend the law, make sure that whether or not you sit on the chair, it doesn't matter. If the land or the license or the project given to your relative, and if there are signs of corruption, you can still be charged. And your properties must be confiscated. So we can't do everything because we need 148 members of parliament.